Hello again everyone. I reckon it's about time we had another go with the airbrush. So I've picked out this reference to have a go at painting, mainly because I think I can see kind of how to do it, and I've done a larger one to use as a stencil, just printed off on the printer. Nikki said I had to stop doing skulls and things. She wants something a little bit more gentle that she can put up in the conservatory. Well, I think I'm going to start by cutting the main body of the face out of this larger picture so I can use it as a stencil. Now I want to mount my stencil so that the bottom overlaps down there, so I can actually spray off the bottom of the steel. So made it a little bit tricky having this lip at the bottom. So what I've done is I've put this pin in the back of the easel to hold the steel up a little bit by the hook that's welded on the back of it, as you saw in the video where I made the blanks. Right, just going to give this a wipe over with one of these paint wipes. Alfred's. Splendid. There we go. Now I've got my stencil stuck on with my lovely high power magnet thingies. Well, I think the first thing I'm going to do is to blow in some white there. I think white is the lightest colour we've got in here, so I'm going to put some white inside that stencil first. I've got some graphite paper here, and I'm going to use that underneath the bit I cut out to make the stencil to mark on the areas of this sort of dark browny colour. Well, this is probably a good point to remind you that I'm just a beginner at this, so this is not really meant to be an instructional video. More, it's hopefully for people like yourself to comment and give me some better idea of what I'm doing. So if you can see something I'm doing wrong or something I could do better, then jump in on the comments and let me know. Anyhow, now I've got to make a brown, so I only have sort of basic primary colours, so I reckon if I mix the blue and the yellow together to give me a green and then put some red in it, that should give me a brown, and hopefully I'll be able to match up something like the, well, I need to start off with a darker brown and go to a lighter brown. So I guess we need to make the, well, we'll need to make the darker brown first, I suppose. Or do we need to make the lighter one first? Let's make the lighter one first. Let's go for the light brown. Do the light colours first, is that right? Yeah, we'll do the light ones, then we can spray the dark ones over it at the edge. Let's try that. Now, I've made these acetate templates for the shape of the nose. Oh, it's been a break of quite some time on this project. We've been off doing other things, so it's time to get back to the airbrushing. Yeah, well, this is where we left it. I reckon the thing to do is to make up a stencil for the lips, I think we'll tackle next. And because it's got such a sharp edge here. I might struggle to do that freehand, so I'm going to make a stencil, I think, of that sort of shape, and we'll blow in some red, I guess, and then try and sort the rest out later. Well, here we go. I've made myself another stencil template, and I've marked on the outline of the face, so I can now use my magnets to stick that on, and we'll mix up like a I guess we'll start with the lightest bit. We'll mix up a sort of orangey, coloury sort of thingy to do the lips. There. Right, well, it's several days later again, and I've removed all the masking and the stencils and stuff, and you can see we've got a few little issues. For some reason I thought it would be a good idea to add some black shadow in there, and I did it much too sharp. Look, that's not really good at all, is it? So might go over that with some of this browny colour just to blur that and make it a bit more of a blurry old shadow. And obviously we've got a little sort of white haze around the face where our stencil was. Obviously the white paint oversprayed a little bit more than the other paint for some reason. So I think we'll just sort of haze around that with a bit of black to get rid of that. And we've also got a little bit of overspray before I put that paper towel over the top. So I don't really like that. We'll get rid of that as well. So we'll put some black in the gun and do that. We've also got a few little white bits to add in, highlights on the eyes and such like. Oh, we've also got the flipping eyebrow to do. Can't leave without an eyebrow really, can we? Well, now it's time to do the tricky bit, which is the hair. Now, I've been looking at some videos online, and there's some good ones of people airbrushing hair. So hopefully I've picked up enough from that to get by trying to do this. But they seem to be doing it the other way around. They're doing sort of like dark hair on a light background, whereas I'm doing a dark background and dark hair. Yeah, don't know. Anyway, let's give it a shot. Oh, well, there she is. She's finished, I reckon, pretty much. So now it's just a case of going and hanging her up in the conservatory. Well, there she is, next to the eye that I did at the class at the Airbrush Academy. So, what do you reckon? Well, that's all for now. If you enjoyed it, press like. Subscribe if you want to see some more. And ring the bell to be notified when we upload something new.